Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the ultimate guide to mixing pop vocals.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Wow.
More than life, yeah. And if you can be next to me.
We've even got a sponsor for this video, and it came in clutch with the harmonies, but more on that a little bit later. Here we have the Logic Pro session, and I went off Justin Bieber's song Ghost. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to mix lead vocals, doubles, harmonies, ad-libs, doing different delay effects, everything you need for a good pop performance. But before we get into mixing, there's a couple things you need to know. First thing is you want to make sure that your recording is good. This track was recorded with the Shure SM7B microphone going into my Apollo Solo interface. The gain was set so that the normal peaks were hitting around -12 decibels and louder peaks would only get up to around 6 decibels, which left me plenty of headroom for soon to come mixing and made sure that the recording didn't distort. Once you're happy with how the sound is coming through into your microphone, I'd recommend giving vocal comping a go. If you don't know what vocal comping is, it is the process of recording multiple takes of a vocal performance and selecting the best parts from each take to create one flawless, cohesive track. As you can see here, it says Comp A merged. I did a lot of takes over the lead vocal and just comped in all of my favorite takes, and I wish I still had that for you, but it's already merged, as you can see. Vocal comping, it's a key technique used to ensure that the final vocal sounds polished, expressive, and professional. So give vocal comping a go. I 100% recommend that. Once you're happy with your takes, the next step would be to make sure that the pitch is on point. No one wants to listen to a song if the singer is sounding off key. I only recently purchased Melodyne, and man is it good. Manually correcting the pitch of your vocal performance is a long and tedious process, but it is definitely worth it. If you don't have Melodyne, you could always use your own DAW's version of it, like how Logic has flex pitch. And of course, you could also use auto-tune. For me personally, I like using Melodyne so I can get the pitch exactly how I want it. And then I add a little bit of auto-tune on after the chain because I just like how it sounds like that. I'll be honest, I didn't actually use Melodyne for this project because I got lazy making this tutorial and was more focused on other parts of the vocal chain. But if this was a personal song I was making, I would have definitely used it. Alright, now we're going to go over the mixing of the vocals. This is how the chain sounds without any mixing.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Wow.
I miss your touch on nights when I'm hollow.
I don't know if I can listen to that whole thing. I'm going to add the mix, and then with the mix, this is how it all sounds together.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow. I miss your touch on nights when I'm hollow. I know you crossed a bridge that I can't follow. Since the love that you left is all that I get, I want you to know that if I can be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life, yeah. And if you can't be next to me, your memory's ecstasy. I miss you more than life. I miss you more than life. Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Damn. Hey, that came out sick, man. I can't even lie. Guys, by the way, I am not a great singer, and this is not an easy song to sing. But with that said, I feel like the mix carried my dead vocals to actually sounding somewhat decent. I can't even lie. All right, let's get into the mixing of the vocals. We're going to start off with the lead vocal first. First up in the chain, we've got an NS1. This is a noise suppressor. This is getting rid of any unwanted frequencies that the mic picks up, like the humming from a computer, cars driving past, birds chirping outside, all of that stuff. Next up in the chain, we got Waves Auto-Tune. We're not at the highest speed. It's a fairly high speed, but not the highest. And obviously we set the key. That's just doing some pitch correction. Next up in the chain, we got a Fab Filter Pro Q4. We're just shaping the vocal here how we wanted it. Doing some subtractive EQing in the low end and boosting some frequencies in the higher end. After that, we're using the virtual mix rack. Everyone's been gassing up this compressor, so I wanted to give it a go. And yeah, it's pretty good. I can't even lie. With those 4 plugins, the lead vocal's sounding like this now.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Yeah. Next up in the chain, we'll go to SSL channel. I actually used the Justin Bieber Ghost vocal preset I made. That's on my BeatStar store right now, which you can cop. Link in the description. Yeah, so I'm not going to be showing you guys that, but what we did was we're just boosting frequencies we like and also taking it out some of the low end. So if you want to know the secrets, you got to cop the presets linked in the description. You can cop the Justin Bieber Ghost vocal preset by itself, or you can get the Justin Bieber Ghost vocal preset pack with all of these effects in it. Again, I'll link that in the description as well. But let's keep going. Next up in the chain, we got a RDSer, just taming some of the harsh frequencies. And then we got a C6, which is also part of the secret sauce. So if you want to know the secrets, you got to cop the preset. This is a multi-band compressor, just controlling the dynamics and shaping the vocal how I wanted it as well. With those plugins now, we're sending like this.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Yep, we're slowly getting there. Next up in the chain, we've got another de-esser. Again, taming the harsh frequencies. And then we're bringing some of that back with the Puth tech. We are attenuating some of the low end, and we are boosting some of the high end as well. Next up in the chain, we've got a CLA 2A, which is just gluing the vocal into the rest of the mix. The gain is at 36.80, and the peak reduction is at 59.72. With those plugins, we're now sounding like this.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
There we go. I feel like the vocal's getting there now. It's getting that pop sound, like a nice, bright, shimmery vocal. Next up in the chain, we got Magma BB tubes. This is doing some saturation. The beauty knob is at 3 and the beast knob is at 1. Only doing the tiniest amount. And then to finish off the chain before the sends, we got another Pro Q4. Again, just shaping the vocal how I wanted it, taking out everything under 91 hertz, doing some low end cuts and boosting some frequencies I liked as well. Before the sends, the vocal sounding like this now.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Very nice. The first send we have, at the start of the send, we've got a de-esser, and the threshold is pretty high. We're de-essing the hell out of it right there. Next up in the chain, I started with the SP pop vocal, but I definitely changed a lot of it. I think I changed the color, the mode, just copying my settings here. This is a nice reverb. It's like a long washed out pop vocal reverb. And then I'm just using the S1 imager to widen it just the tiniest bit. That send by itself sounded like this. I like it.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Nice. Next up in the chain, we have a H delay, just the 8th note delay. We've got the lo-fi effect on, doing a high pass and low pass, and the feedback's at 65, so fairly high. That's sounding like this by itself.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow. Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Just adding some ambience and a delay. The third send, yep, so we've got an Abbey Road plate, and then we've also got a Pro Q4, just shaping it how I wanted it as well. That is sounding like this.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Hey, that's a cold plate if you ask me.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
That's like the perfect plate verb, I reckon. I reckon that sounds hard. And then for the final bus, we're using Echosphere, just as like a slap delay. And we've also got a doubler 2 on it, just to widen it. And then we've got an S1 imager at the end of the bus, just to widen it even more. That's sounding like this.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow. Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Nice. Giving it some more ambience. Yeah, so there we have the lead vocal. Now onto the doubles. So I recorded doubles for the hook.
That if I can be close to you.
So that's the lead. And here are my doubles.
That if I can be close to you.
Not recorded very well, I will admit. Now the doubles do have all the same plugins on, but they're mixed slightly different, just so they fit in the mix a bit better. First thing, up to the auto tune. These vocals are pushed back more, so you can actually go a bit harder with the auto tune because it's not as noticeable. I also compressed these vocals more. You can either use the custom opto or the CLA 2A to compress them harder, just to control the dynamics. You don't want background vocals like getting loud and like overpowering the lead vocal. I also made a couple changes with the SSL channel and C6, as well as the final EQ at the end. I believe I've taken out more of the low end as well as some of the high end as well. All of the settings are the same, exactly the same. Let's solo the lead with the doubles.
That if I can be close to you, I'll say to you.
I liked them really quiet. Some tracks would sound sick with the doubles a lot louder. I also wanted a choir effect for the song, and the sponsor of this video is the perfect tool for it. Thank you to Audimee for sponsoring this video. Audimee is an AI powered vocal tool that lets you transform your vocals into high quality, studio sounding, royalty free voices, and it might just be what you're looking for. So we're gonna bounce out this dry vocal, dry lead vocal. All right, here we are in Audimee. Input, add and drop your audio file here. Okay, we got the dry lead vocal, throw that into there. So we got some editing options. We can up the vibrato and pitch. You can select the key, that's pretty cool. Here's some more pitch shifting. So you can up the semitones and down it. That'll be a sick way to like make some harmonies. It's got its own isolate section as well. Remove instrumental, remove background vocals, remove reverb and echo. Hey, that's pretty cool, man. All right, let's check out the voices. All right, here we have, oh my goodness, look at this wide range of vocals. Who should we pick?
I was listening to you.
I talk bullshit a lot. No more fuck shit, I'm done.
Keep walking down.
I
Oh
tried
God.
so hard.
Wishing you Godspeed.
Who sounds like Justin Bieber?
She's got a I'm away. Oh,
Honestly,
wishing
this
you Godspeed.
Honestly, this dude kind of sounded Dante. Let's do Dante. All right, so we put our dry lead vocal in. I'm happy with the settings here. Let's convert it. All right, here we have the Audimee AI version of my voice.
I want you to know that if I can be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life.
Okay. I'll be honest, that sounds better than my own vocals for sure. Because I was definitely struggling to sing that. Let's download that. All right, Dante. Where did that go? All right, I'm just going to duplicate this lead vocal. All right, here's Dante's vocals. I think we started it here. All right.
I want you to know that if I can be close to you.
Yeah, it's a little bit pitchy because it's literally just going off my raw vocals. But let's add the Justin Bieber vocal preset chain to it and see how it sounds.
I want you to know that if I can be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you.
Oh my God.
I miss you more than life. Yeah.
Okay, Dante, but that's actually me.
I want you to know. I want you to know that.
Yeah, that actually sounds cold, man. And the crazy thing is, we can do this with any of these vocals.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Mark. But as you can see, because I've made this tutorial before, I actually did go ahead and use some of these Audimee AI voices for backing vocals for a harmony. I used Felicia, Mark, and Zion. Listen to this.
That if I can be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life.
I've just got them panned using the doubles preset. That sounds cold.
That if I can be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life.
It sounds like I've got 4 people singing the one song, but it's all just my voice. So that's sick, man. And not only that, so there's also this feature called Make Harmonies. You go ahead and drop your vocal in and you select the key and look at all these presets. Poppy, thirds, and fifth. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah, if we download that, I went and turned that into like, listen to this harmony. We got the harmony effect. I'll go over the mixing after this, but this is what Audimee made with the rest of it.
And if you can't be next to me, you'll never.
That is sick, man. Yo, Audimee low-key carried this track, I can't even lie. But like, this is how it did all the 3 different vocals. One's like that. One's like that. And then all together.
And if you can't be next to me,
That's fire, man. But yeah, there's so many cool things you can do with Audimee. You can get super creative with it. If you guys do want to give it a go, use my link in the description below. Yeah, get creative, man. Thank you, Audimee, for sponsoring this video. All right, now for the mixing for the filtered adlibs, let me show you how they sound first. That sounds tough.
life, yeah. And
Yep, so this one we're using majority of the same plugins. I believe it's similar to the backing vocals, but there's 2 added plugins. There could be some changes, I can't really remember. Guys, just remember you can cop this preset pack to get all of these chains. But the differences with this one, for the filtered adlib, we're using kaleidoscopes for a phaser and flanger effect. This is just like swirling it around a little bit with the phaser and flanger, and then at the end of the chain we're using the 1 knob filter for that filtered effect. Tough. We're also upping the reverb a bit on that one. And then for the mixing, for the harmony effect, I believe it's the lead vocal but more compressed, couple EQ changes, but at the end of the chain we're using a Valhalla Supermassive just to make it super ambient. That's using Audimee as well, these vocals. But yeah, that's for the harmony effect. We're just adding Valhalla Supermassive. And then we've got an Ambient Adlib as well. I'll show you how that sounds. We're using it here. And we're also using it over here. Cold. So with the Ambient Adlib, we're actually taking away a lot of plugins. We got the NS1, we got Auto Tune, which has been upped. We're using the RDSer first. Then we got our EQ, Virtual Mix Rack, DSer, CLA, 2A, Magma BB Tubes. Then next up in the chain, we got a Doubler 2, giving it some width. We're using Supermassive with the Triangulum Chamber preset. And then we got a 1 knob filter at the end of that, just doing the tiniest amount. Yeah, that sounds like this now. So super different to all the other vocals, but I think it sounds good. And then we got a delay effect here.
And I'm hollow.
So what we did is we bounced out the vocal, the lead vocal. We got the word low, we chopped it out. And we're using a quarter note delay on the ping pong mode. We got kaleidoscopes after that, a 1 knob filter, filtering it out, and then a Pro Q4, just taking out the low end and the high end. But yeah, that's pretty much it. With all of it together, it sounded like this.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow. I miss your touch on nights when I'm hollow.
There's the delay.
I know you crossed the bridge that I can't follow.
Harmony effect and Ambient Adlib.
Since the love that you left is all that I get, I want you to know that if I can't
In come the doubles
be close
with
to
the
you,
Audimee harmonies.
I'll settle for the
Chorus
ghost of
effect.
you. I miss you more than life.
Filtered Adlib.
Yeah, and if you can't be nice
Audimee
to
harmonies
me,
again.
your memory's ecstasy. I miss you more than life. I miss you
Ambient
more
Adlib.
than life. Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow.
Damn. And there we go, the ultimate guide to mixing pop vocals. Guys, just remember, if you want to know all the secrets, you can cop the vocal presets in the description. You can cop the lead vocal by itself, or you can get all of these chains in the 1 pack. And also, thank you to Audimee. I'll be honest, I was kind of iffy on using AI for music, but this is more of like a creative tool instead of like just helping you get your music done. I'm definitely going to continue to use Audimee for chorus effects and harmonies. I think it's a super sick tool. And remember, if you guys do want to try out Audimee, make sure you use my link in the description. Yeah, thanks again Audimee for sponsoring this video. Hope you guys did enjoy this video and learned something. Let me know what video you want to see next, and take it easy people. Thanks for watching. Peace.